gentlemen, please rise for the class of 2018, led by Jordan Hall, student marshal, and followed by Alexis Booth, carrying the university banner. Graduate degree candidates are led by Brooke Dupree. Undergraduate candidates of the Edwards College of Humanities and Fine Arts are led by Hope Eckert. Undergraduate candidates of the University College are led by Jordan Lord. The university faculty are led by Savannah Hardin. The platform party is escorted by Melanie Mullican, Student Marshal, and led by Maura Kenny, Distinguished Professor Emeritus and Carrier of the University Mace. President David DiCenzo is joined by members of the University Board of Trustees, university officials, and special guests.
Good afternoon. I'm Dr. David DiCenzo, President of Coastal Carolina University. Welcome to our 2018 Spring Commencement Program. I ask that you please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the Coastal Carolina University Army ROTC Color Guard. The national anthem will follow and will be led by graduate candidate Courtney Gruber, and the invocation will be delivered by the Reverend Mark Burleson.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ringing, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner
As we celebrate this joyful occasion, you are welcome to make this invocation your own if you wish. Almighty God, we welcome your presence for this celebration today as faculty, family, and friends unite to recognize and honor the accomplishments of the spring graduating class of 2018. We thank you for Coastal Carolina University and our mission of education. May your blessing rest on this institution, its trustees, officers, faculty, and staff, to continue to grow in stature, favor, and influence in this state and nation. We thank you for each graduate, recognizing that the diplomas bestowed today reward their hard work and confer a burden of responsibility. As each student's name is read and they walk across this platform, let them hear your well done and know your guiding hand on their steps going forward. We thank you for our speaker, Coach Joe Moglia, and we celebrate his achievements since joining Teal Nation. May his words today inspire and encourage each graduate as they step into the next chapter of their lives. And at this milestone, we acknowledge you as the God of wisdom, the goal of learning, and the source of knowledge. Now also be the giver of joy to our celebration and of hope to each person. It's in your name we pray. Amen.
Please be seated. This is such an exciting day as we recognize your achievements and celebrate them. I'm honored to stand here and look out at this 2018 graduating class. It's hard to believe that just a short 10 years ago, I officiated my very first spring commencement at Brooks Stadium. It was May of 2008. And think of it this way, 10 years ago, something like Snapchat didn't exist. But I still remember how it felt to shake the hands and look into the faces of our students as they crossed the stage, getting ready to leave us and embark on the next adventure of their lives. You might think that after 10 years, the thrill of commencement would wear off. I'm here to tell you today, it has not, and that it is more than just a snapshot for me. Some of my proudest moments have happened right here on this stage during graduation with you, our CCU graduates. Each commencement class has shared its own unique experiences and challenges. And moving forward in life, you will encounter new advancements that shape our world. Concepts and situations that our graduates 10 years ago could not have imagined. 10 years ago, I imagined a university that was built on 3 values. Remember the 3 values you learned about during Welcome Weekend when you experienced the See-No tie? Anybody remember what the TIE stood for? Tradition, integrity, and excellence. Graduates, you carry these values with you as you are forever a citizen of the Teal Nation. So I want you to know that as you approach the stage and we shake hands, I'm very proud to be part of this memorable day with you. And I hope that it's only the beginning of a lifelong relationship with your soon-to-be alma mater, Coastal Carolina University. At this time, I am honored to introduce all who are with me on the platform. I ask that they each please stand as I call their name and ask that you hold your applause until all have been recognized. Our Coastal Carolina University Board of Trustees, William Biggs, Chairman of the Board, John Bartell, Sam Frink, Natasha Hanna, Wyatt Henderson, Carlos Johnson, Charles Lewis, Dan Moore, George Mullen, Dr. Orrin Smith, Patrick Sparks, Gene Spivey, Delane Stevens, and William Turner. Our commencement speaker, Mr. Joseph Moglia, Dr. Ralph Byington, Provost and Executive Vice President, Dr. Daniel Ennis, Dean of the Edwards College of Humanities and Fine Arts and Vice President for Academic Outreach, Dr. Sarah Hottinger, Dean of University College. Dr. Renee Smith, Faculty Senate Chairman. Dr. Deborah Connor, Vice President for Campus Life and Student Engagement. The Reverend Mark Burleson, member of the Chaplain Council at CCU. Julie Cheney, Executive Director of Alumni Relations. Megan Garrell, Senior Communications Major. Monica Bell, Associate Professor of Theater and today's announcer of student names. Mara Kenny, Distinguished Professor Emeritus and bearer of the University Mace. And Dan Lawless, University Registrar. Thank you very much. Our accomplishments in life come because there are others around us, guiding, encouraging, coaching, and sometimes even stepping in to help us during a period of need. Today's celebration is the culmination of years of dedication by you, our graduates, with the help of those who have guided your success. I'd like to recognize some of those who've played that role. I want to ask some of the finest faculty you will ever meet that a university is so proud to have to please stand so our graduates can thank them. Faculty? Now, will all the mothers, fathers, and other family members and friends who have shared this journey with our students please stand and receive some well-deserved thanks from our graduates. Thank you. At this time, I am pleased to introduce Coastal Carolina University Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Mr. William Biggs. Mr. Biggs?
Oh, thank you, President Senso. Y'all having a good day? What you gonna do this evening? You're not telling. Mom, Dad, be quiet. Don't listen to them. On behalf of the Coastal Carolina University Board of Trustees, I congratulate the class of 2018 for reaching this milestone in your lives. I also want to welcome our faculty, distinguished guests, families, and friends. We're so glad you have chosen to share this day with us. Graduates, you're the reason we're here. It's our hope that through you, the mission of Coastal Carolina University is not only fulfilled, but is vibrant and flourishing today and in the future. We work to help you become knowledgeable in your chosen fields, and equally as important, that you prepare and grow to become productive, responsible, healthy citizens with a global perspective. This is your day. I'm proud to welcome each of you as an alumnus of this great university. From this point forward, you will represent your alma mater in all that you do. Remember the values of CCU: truth, respect, integrity, and excellence. As you cross this threshold, know that your character, achievements, and service to others will contribute to the greatness of Coastal Carolina University. Now, it's kind of neat being chairman because you can walk around and do things and they don't pull you off the stage much. But I walk around the parking lot and I get to meet some families. And today I met a family and their daughter's graduating, and they said I could embarrass her, do anything I wanted to. So Katie Brooks, stand up. Where you at, Katie? Okay. Katie, don't move. Now, I want your mama, Kathy, your daddy, Mark. I think you got an Aunt Kathy here. But Mama's got to stand up. Where y'all at? There they are, back there in the back. Now, I want you to know, Mama says you're the greatest thing since peanut butter. And came from North Carolina down here to Coastal to get a great education. But I don't understand the nickname Bubba. Is there something you want to tell us about? But you're graduating magna cum laude. That is awesome. So proud of you and your family. I was the first one at my university to graduate magna cum laude, so I was very proud of that. But graduates, it's your day. We're just honored to be here and thrilled to celebrate this day with you. Thank you.
I invite Provost and Executive Vice President, Dr. Ralph Byington, to join me in recognizing a retiring member of the Coastal Carolina University faculty.
Good afternoon. The Board of Trustees recognizes qualified retiring faculty members of the faculty with the title of Distinguished Professor Emeritus. This title acknowledges the value of accumulated records of research, teaching, and community service. Today we recognize Maura Kinney from the College of Humanities and Fine Arts. At this time, I ask Ms. Kinney to come forward and join President DeCenzo. Professor Kinney came to Coastal Carolina University in 1984 as an instructor in art. Over time, she was promoted through the ranks of assistant professor, associate professor, and in 2003 to full professor in the same department, all while serving on an increasing number of committees and task forces and balancing a traditional academic career with administrative duties. In the 1960s, Ms. Kinney studied traditional oil painting at Southern Connecticut State University and was influenced by the teaching of sculptor and life drawing teacher Michael Scott. While at Southern Connecticut State, she earned a Bachelor of Science in Art. Later, Kinney received a Master of Fine Arts in Painting and Drawing from the University of North Carolina, Greensboro. During her career, she has participated in regional, national, international juried art exhibitions. In many of these, Professor Kinney has placed and been recognized by her works. We thank Professor Kinney for her 34 years of service. She will be missed by the department, her college, and the university. Congratulations.
At this evening's ceremony, we will also honor Dr. Gregory Geer, Professor Emeritus from the Spadoni College of Education. During each commencement, we recognize the graduating student or students whose stellar academic work has qualified them for the President's Award for Achievement. These remarkable students have earned the highest academic distinction, summa cum laude, because they have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average for all of their collegiate work. At this time, I invite our President's Award candidates to the stage. As they're coming up, let me read a little bit about them. Eric Carl Kalkenbrenner from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, who's earned a Bachelor of Arts in Intelligence and National Security Studies. Dominique Desiree Smith from Charlotte, North Carolina, earning a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Theater Arts, and Christopher John Wright from Conway, South Carolina, who has earned a Bachelor of Arts in Music. In addition to these three students, we will recognize 9 other students with this distinction in our next 2 ceremonies. Let's give them a round of applause for their achievement.
I ask Megan Garrell to come forward and introduce today's speaker. Megan is a communications major with a concentration in public relations and a minor in marketing. She is originally from Myrtle Beach. Currently, Megan serves as the Vice President for Public Relations for SGA and as the student coordinator for the Office of Fraternity and Sorority Life. After graduating, she plans to begin a career in public relations in Myrtle Beach. Thank you, Megan.
Thank you, Provost Byington. It is my pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. Joe Moglia is the head football coach and chair of athletics at Coastal Carolina University and the chairman of the board at TD Ameritrade. In his last 10 seasons of coaching college football, Joe has been a part of 8 championship teams. In his first 5 seasons at Coastal Carolina University, he led his team to the national playoffs 5 times and was conference champion 4 times. Coastal is 51-15 overall and 45-6 in the last 51 regular season games. He has also received multiple Coach of the Year honors, including the Eddie Robinson National Coach of the Year Award, and was the recipient of the Vince Lombardi Award and inducted into the Lombardi Hall of Fame. Joe has been a football coach for 24 years, but it's not a traditional 24 years. He began his career as a coach for 16 years, moved back to the business world for over 20, and back to coaching in 2009. In the business world, he was at Merrill Lynch for 17 years before becoming the CEO at TD Ameritrade in 2001. By 2008, the firm grew its market cap from $700 million to $10 billion, a 500% return to shareholders, and today TD Ameritrade has client assets over $1.2 trillion. Then Joe stepped down as CEO and became chairman of the board. Moglia has received the Ellis Island Medal of Honor and the Sharp Trophy Award for Leadership. He has been honored by the National Italian American Foundation, the Columbus Citizens Foundation, and the American Institute for Stuttering. He has also been inducted into 6 Halls of Fame and is the recipient of 3 honorary doctorates. Joe has already had a book written about his life, and he is the only author in the world that has written 2 books published on both investing and football. Please join me in welcoming Coach Joe Moglia.
Well, everybody, I can't tell you how excited I am to be here, and there are a lot of reasons for that. First, I recognize what a big day in your life this is as far as all of you go, and for me to share that is a very big deal. I also have some of my guys on the football team that are graduating today. That's a big deal for me as well, and my granddaughter is graduating. Bottom line, though, for me, I truly, truly love Coastal Carolina, and back in 2012, when I wanted to come back to football as a head coach, there was not one university in the country that believed in me enough to give me that opportunity. But Dr. DiCenzo did at Coastal Carolina, and Dave, again, thank you for that, and I'll always remember that. That, to me, is a big, big deal. I mentioned my granddaughter is graduating as well, and she loves Coastal now, but that's happened over the span of the last few years. And when she was getting ready, thinking about college, when she was a senior in high school, she really wasn't sure where she was going to go. And she had called me and said, Grandpa, you've been in education a good portion of your life. I need some help on this. This is a big decision. And I said, Cariana, you're 17 years old. You've worked hard. You've done a great job. You are woman enough to make this decision on your own. You don't need me. This is something you could do. What other schools are you thinking about? I said, well, Coastal Carolina, of course, and Boston College. I said, okay. A few days later, she calls me again and says, Grandpa, I'm struggling with this thing. I got to make the right decision. I said, Cariana, you're good. Don't worry about it. You are woman enough to make the right decision here. A suggestion. Think about this. Write down the pros and cons of each school on a legal pad. Think about how you feel when you're going to bed at night. The school you feel good about in the morning, that's the school you're supposed to go to. And remember, you're woman enough to make the decision on your own. You're going to make the right decision. So the next day, Cariana calls me. And I said, she said, well, I've done everything you said. I said, good. I said, you feel good about your choice? She goes, yes. I said, where are you going to school? She goes, Boston College. I said, oh. I said, why are you going to Boston College? She said, well, I grew up in Vermont, and I like New England. I kind of like the idea of Boston. I like the colors, the maroon and gold. So I kind of feel more comfortable there. I said, well, okay. I'm sure you've thought that through. But I said, you're aware that at Coastal Carolina, we've got the Edwards College for Humanity and Arts, which has one of the finest theater programs in the nation. You recognize, by the way, also that Coastal has the University College, which is a pioneer in terms of interdisciplinary studies. Oh, by the way, you take a look at what Coastal has just done over the span of the last 10 years, like literally, and what they're going to do in the next 10 years. Greatness is part of Coastal Carolina's destiny. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you know this either. We've got 73 majors, we got 66 minors, we got 22 graduate programs, and we got 80 partnerships with international institutions. Oh, and on top of that, we happen to have a national championship baseball team, and by the way, probably the best-looking football coach in the country. Clearly, you're not woman enough to make this decision. You're going to Coastal Carolina. I grew up in a gang area, Dyton Street section in New York City. My mom and dad were immigrants. My mother never finished high school. My father never finished 8th grade. I was the oldest. 7 of us living in a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment. 2 of my best friends got killed in high school that I was with every day in grammar school. One died of a drug overdose. The other was killed by the police robbing a liquor store. Had I not been playing high school football, I definitely would have been with a guy robbing a liquor store. I wound up becoming a father, and when I went to college, I had to support my wife, I had to support my daughter, Cariana's mom, and I had to pay every dime of my education. I graduated, I was your age. I'd gone through a lot up until then, and I learned a lot because of that. And then I think about the 2 decades that I've spent in football, athletics, and education, and then over 2 decades that I've spent in the business world. I really believe that I've got something to share with all of you today. There are 4 values, 4 principles that I want to share that I believe you think about these. They are principles that if you live these things, it will make a difference in your life. It will give you a competitive advantage when you graduate and you begin this next phase of your life. And at the end of the day, it will set a good foundation upon which to build a leadership base later on. So these are those 4. The first one, and this is critically important. It's about a principle where you stand on your own 2 feet. You accept responsibility for yourself, you treat others with dignity and respect, and you live with the consequences of your actions. Now, I've raised 3 daughters, 1 son, 2 stepsons. That was the #1 principle that my family was raised on. My football career the first time around, that was the #1 standard we had. In my entire business career, for any leadership job that I had, that was the standard that I expected my leadership team to live up to. And it is absolutely the foundation upon which we build our football program here at Coastal Carolina. Now, we've got about 125 guys. We've got another 25 interns, analysts, coaches, et cetera. So that's about 150 males. So that whole concept became be a man. But be a man is not some tough macho thing, nor is it meant to be sexist. I just happen to have 150 guys, and BAM worked pretty well for that. But being a real man, being a real woman, being a real leader is someone that stands on their own 2 feet, takes responsibility for themselves, treats others with dignity and respect, and lives with the consequences of your actions. Now, when you begin with that as a base, you've got to be aware of some other things. And it's not uncommon as you go through college, you're finishing up high school, you're going through college, sometimes there's a little bit of tension at home. And that's something that I wanted to talk about, because part of your responsibility is kind of understand that, not just for where you are now with regards to your families, but because of the families you're going to have one of these days. So I'd ask you, now we're not going to have time for you to raise your hand and have big conversations on this, but how many of you, you're all graduating, you're graduating today, how many of you were smarter or cooler or wiser when you graduated from high school than you are today? All right, well, 99% of you feel pretty confident that you're smarter, wiser today. Now, what's the reason for that? Your experience. You've gone through so many things over the span of the last few years. You've learned so much. Well, again, I'm asking you to keep this in perspective. You're not yet your parents' age, but your parents have been your age. They have lived in your shoes. They understand your pressures. They understand what peer pressure is. They understand what's going on with regards to drug and sex and alcohol and whatever else it might be. And how ironic is it sometimes where everybody sitting here would acknowledge that, you know, for me personally, I am better off and wiser because of my experience over the last 4 years. But sometimes when we think about our parents, we think, you know what, they don't quite get it. Well, think about that for a moment. They have been in your shoes. So they do get it. They understand it. So when there's a little tension at home, keep that one in mind. Second thing is, remember, BAM, taking responsibility for yourself. The most important job parents have is to raise their children. And number three, at the end of the day, there is nobody, I repeat this, there is nobody that loves you more than what your family does and your parents do. And there's only one thing we as parents care about, and that is that our children and our loved ones are happy. And sometimes, because of the experiences we've gone through, we can tell that maybe you're going down a path where the achievement of that happiness may not be as easy as you'd like it to be. So at the end of the day, when there's some tension at home, think about those three things and try to put that in perspective. Second principle is dedication. Dedication is the desire to work as hard as you possibly can to be the best you can be. Now, it's not about being number one. And this is not about trying to impress other people. The only person you have to impress on this one is yourself. It's yourself. But it's you that got to work hard. It's you that has to put in the time. The only time success comes before work is in the dictionary. This is something you've got to go after. Now, so for many of you that already have jobs, a couple of tips. Number one, if you're going to have an impact and you're going to be the best you can be, don't be afraid of going early. Don't be afraid to stay late. Make it a point to ask good questions and make sure you're listening to what's going on. And then remember this. The way you will be evaluated is not going to be on your looks. It's not going to be on your degree. It's going to be how you handle yourself under stress. That will be true in your entire life. You'll be evaluated by how well you handle yourself under stress and under pressure. Now, for those of you that don't have a job yet, I'd ask you to spend a lot of time doing your homework, doing some research on this. You want the job that is the right fit for you, not because your parents like it. It's because it's the right fit for you. So you want to understand the skill sets that are necessary for success in that particular field. That's what you want to be able to do. And once you understand that and you line yourself up to the type of field, career path you want, you're a big step in the right direction. But you still got to get a job, and you still got to have an interview. And interviews, you just don't show up for. You got to prepare for them. You got to think about them. Now, I'm going to tell you the one question I have asked in an interview. And I only asked one question. I'm going to share this with you. I will kind of role play for a minute. I'm interviewing all of you. Here's the question. I can hire anyone I want to. Anyone I want to. I've already read your resume. Don't tell me about your resume. Tell me why I should hire you. That's it. That's the only question. Now you start to be, well, you know, I work hard, I'm a team player. Well, you got to differentiate yourself. You think anybody else is going to say that? Yeah, everybody else is going to say that. You start to talk about like what you did in school. Well, I just told you not to look at your resume. So think back to the skill sets that that particular career needs for success and start to demonstrate in that interview how you have those skill sets where you can make a difference for them. You answer that question right, the probability that you're going to get that job is extraordinary. Third value, third principle, courage. Courage, you've got to do what you believe is right. Now, one of the things that bugs me a lot of times, and it's true in the business world, it's true in education, it's true in the military, it's true all over the place. You know, we make a big deal about kind of like every little dot I and T dot I dotted, T crossed, and the reality is it's not the letter of the law that we've got to follow, it's the spirit of the law. You cannot legislate ethics. You cannot legislate character. You cannot do that. That comes from within. And you know what? It's not that complicated. You don't have to read 75 pages of notes. It's 85 rules. The reality is everyone in here knows the difference between right and wrong. Everyone in here knows that. And if you have the guts to always do what you believe is right, then you do what's right and you don't do what's wrong. It's that simple. It's that simple. Now, in your own lives, a couple of thoughts. For those of you that come from good, solid family backgrounds, good homes, well, again, congratulations. You're getting your degree, but you've been given a pretty nice advantage to begin with. You've got to appreciate that. You've got to understand what you have. And then when you go out, you owe it to your family, you owe it to your loved ones to give it your very, very, very best. Now, for those of you that didn't have that advantage, for those of you that came from broken homes, a single parent, perhaps a parent in jail, a parent with an addiction, a difficult socioeconomic background, well, that family is always going to be your family. And that community or home is always going to be your home or neighborhood. but you have already taken yourself out of that environment. You are graduating from Coastal Carolina. You know what? You faced adversity and you are graduating. You are out of that environment. You've got the ability to wind up doing something absolutely extraordinary and special with your life. And you know something? You have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder. That's okay. You deserve that. You deserve that. But go out. Don't ever make it. Don't use an excuse for like what kind of background you had. You graduated from Coastal Carolina. Go out there and make something yourself. And then the last one is, is love. Now, this is probably the most important. I'm not talking about making love. I'm talking about the power of love, okay? So love to me is truly when you have the well-being of others at heart. And you see it a lot of times on a college campus. You know, the friendships you make, whether they be with your classmates, your teammates, your faculty, whomever it might be, you know, there's this feeling of love there. Again, your emphasis is the concern for others. You certainly see that in sports teams, but I think the place where you easily see it the most is in a family. And I want to share a couple personal experiences with regards to my life that are very, very real. And I told you the background I grew up in. I was a gang kid. When I was 13 years old, my mother had to go in the hospital. It was the first time she ever went in the hospital, and I saw my dad crying. Now, my dad died a few years ago of Alzheimer's in his 80s. I've never seen my dad crying in his life. Now, remember, 7 of us in a 2-bedroom apartment. He doesn't have a lot of privacy, but my father's crying. And I asked him, I said, Dad, what's the matter? And he said, I'm worried about Mom. So I went to bed that night, and I was really, if Dad's crying about this, something's going on here. Mom's got to be sick. There's a problem. Now, I told you, my mother was an Irish immigrant. She was an immigrant from Ireland. Her whole life were the 5 of us. And I think I'm a tough guy. And it hit me that I might lose my mother. And I never, ever told my mother that I loved her. And I remember praying that night and making a big deal about it. I said, God, you know, if you bring her back, you know, I promise that I'll deliver on that. She did come back healthy. I did deliver on that. Fast forward a while. Go back to 9/11. Now, the World Trade Centers, my apartment, where I live, is a couple hundred yards from the World Trade Centers, a couple hundred yards. And where I worked at the time, Merrill Lynch, a couple hundred yards. I had 3 of my kids in New York City at that time, and 2 of them worked for Merrill Lynch. I had just taken the job at Ameritrade. So that's in Omaha. So I'm in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm watching these things take place. It's a difficult thing, but I can't do anything about it, and I've got other responsibilities. I've got to make sure our employees are okay and our clients' assets are okay. So we go in emergency mode. But all this stuff's going on in New York, and I've got my family there and loved ones and friends, and I get a call from my daughter, Kim, who said, Dad, I talked to Karen and Kevin, who worked at Merrill, and they're both okay. I know you got a lot of things going. I just wanted you to know that. I said, Kim, thank you so much for making the call. A couple of hours later, she calls me and says, Dad, I talked to Kara. She's evacuated. She's in Jersey City. She's okay. She's stressed out, but okay. But the last time anybody saw Kevin, he was going over to the site to see if he could help out. Dad, have you heard from Kevin? No. I said, no, Kim. So the towers had already collapsed. And I went through that entire day thinking that there was a very, very real possibility I had lost my son. And as difficult as that was to go through, there was a sense of inner peace that I actually had. And I asked myself, if I've lost Kevin, is there anything else I want to tell him? And I said, everything I ever want to tell him, I've already told him. He knows how I feel. I've already told him that. And I learned that from my experience that I had with my mom when I was 13 years old. So the power of love, remember, it's not about you. It's about others. It's always about others. So, for me, I said in the beginning, this is an incredible honor for me, and it's one that I'm humbled with, and I will always, always, always appreciate. It's a true honor. For all of you, you are graduating from Coastal Carolina. You are well prepared to go out in this next phase of your life. And if you take what you've learned here, and you take the value of your coastal degree, and you try to couple that with the power of love, really the concern of others, the courage, the guts to do what you really believe is right, the dedication, where you're going to give it everything you've got to be the best you can be. And at the end of the day, believe in the BAM concept. You're going to stand on your own 2 feet. You're going to take responsibility for yourself. You're going to treat others with dignity and respect, and you're going to live with the consequences of your actions. You are ready to go. So go out there, make a difference, have an impact on others, differentiate yourself from others, and always, always, always remember, you're always going to be a Chanticleer. Thank you, congratulations, and God bless.
Thank you, Coach Moglia. I can tell you that sitting in the locker room prior to a game, his pregame speeches are such that you really want to suit up and go out there and play for him. It is just absolutely amazing. But again, thank you very much for what you have delivered. It's now time to move to the central purpose why we are here, the conferring of degrees. Provost and Executive Vice President Ralph Byington will join me to present the candidates for degrees. Dr. Byington.
Students who are graduating with academic honors, summa cum laude, magna cum laude, and cum laude, are noted in the program, as well as those who have achieved multiple degrees. Students are eligible for graduation with honors wear the embroidered official white stole with the university seal at graduation. Also, students who are members of the honors program, the Wall Fellows, the Jackson Scholars, the Swain Scholars, the Dyer Fellows, Teaching Fellows, or other selected university honors programs are eligible to wear the university stole. Students wearing the teal and black cords have earned the Trustee Award. Will the class of 2018 please rise? Mr. President and members of the Board of Trustees, it is my pleasure to announce the presentation of our degree candidates.
Thank you, Dr. Byington. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the people of the state, acting through their representatives in the General Assembly and the Board of Trustees of this university, and on the recommendation of the faculty thereof, I confer upon you the degree for which you have been recommended, which entitles you to all rights and privileges appertaining thereto. Graduates, congratulations. At this time, I'd like to ask if all the graduates would be seated except for the first row, and if they would follow the student marshals. And as you're seated, and for the rest of us, please enjoy some music by the Coastal Carolina University Brass Ensemble. At this time, before we start bringing the graduates across, I would ask that Mr. Clifford Tall, the husband of Victoria Torrey Campbell, to come to the stage, please. As Mr. Tall is coming up to the stage, it is with deep sadness that we award Francis's degree today for the completion of the requirements for the Master of Arts in Liberal Studies. Tragically, Francis recently passed away. Her faculty and peers remember her as a strong student, who enjoyed learning. Clifford, on behalf of the university, I congratulate you on her accomplishments.
Dean Daniel Ennis joins President DeCenzo to offer congratulations to degree candidates from the Edwards College of Humanities and Fine Arts, earning the degree Master of Arts, and followed by the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Fine Arts.
Michael Patrick Kane. Richard Thomas O'Leary. Nicholas Cray Powell. Lanessa Marie Salvatore. Marcus DeRoyal Williamson. Jacob Ryan Abarbanel, cum laude. Symphony Quinetta Adesanya. Brianna Page Alexander. Patrick Joseph Almand. Taylor Marie Anderson. Miles Emerson Ard. Bashar Nazar Aziz. Ethan Josiah Babson, cum laude. Willard Kent Baker III. Alexandria Page Barrow. Jennifer Lee Barry. Tyler Quincy Bates. Jeffrey A. Bean. Emily Catherine Beekman. Christopher Michael Burning. Nicole Marie Bishop. Omar Ulysses Black. Ivan Bolotsky. Matthew Music Bowman. Cody John Bronushas. Katie Elizabeth Brooks, magna cum laude. Arthur Bradley Brown. Elizabeth Marie Brownell. Eric Shaquille Bruce. Kennedy Sky Brunstad, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Jessica Diane Burt, cum laude. Steve Taylor Butler. Shauna Nicole Caffrey. Max Joseph Campagna. Elijah Tyler Campbell. Justin Rayon Capehart. Kelsey Reed Carlin, cum laude. Carter Harrison Kashaw. Caitlin Ashley Segelski, cum laude. Joshua Matthew Salucci, cum laude. Trenton Scott Chestnut. Marcus Jordan Childress, cum laude. Samantha Gale Clark. Marissa Janae Clement. Antigua DeKenya Clyburn. Daniel Stephen Cochran, cum laude. Morgan Meyer Conley. James Hunter Cook, cum laude. Avery Michael Cooper. Sydney Copeland Goodman. William Joseph Corbett. Yvette Ann Curtis, cum laude. Matthew Michael Davies. Destiny Linda Marie Dean. Elizabeth Teresa de Collegero. Chantez Ricole de Graffenried, cum laude. LaRonda Dingle. Devin Brannon Donovan, cum laude. Isabel Lyle Bundy Dorst, magna cum laude. Lisa Dominique Dubois. Benjamin George Dunham. Beth Ann Earring. Timothy Jerome Elliott Simmons, Jr. Ashley Morgan Ellis. Atesh Sue Amaralu, cum laude. Dorothy Jane Erb. Larry Chestnut Erb, cum laude. Michael Andrew Farrington. Caitlin Viola Federico. Alexander Demetrius Ferguson, cum laude. Nicole Marie Ferraro. Joseph William Flanagan III. Dylan Pillsbury Fleming. Nellie Ann Forker. Megan Nicole Foster, magna cum laude. Ian Franklin Fraze. Cassidy Joy Fry, cum laude. Hannah Victoria Garman, cum laude. Megan Elise Jarrell. Giri Dale Garris. Erica Lauren Gattosi. Brianna Lynn Giddings. Ashley Elizabeth Gilbert, cum laude. Christian Peter Gill. Trevor Gillens. Michael Ryan Ginsberg. Kathleen Diane Giorgio. Hunter James Grasso. Gabriella Michelle Gruber. Blake Fisher Gutberlet, cum laude. Cara Michelle Hackett. Lindsay Jo Hamilton, cum laude. Claudia Nicole Hammond. Lindsay Lee Hammond. Tiffany N. Hancock, magna cum laude. Dean Allen Hankinson. Rachel E. Hansen. Cheyenne Alexis Hardy, magna cum laude. German Joshua Harrow. Layla Hassak. Emily Louise Hassanzadeh, magna cum laude. Tamara Noel Hauk. Hazeltine. Kyle Paul Hazeltine. Timothy Michael Hellaby II. Corlin Ray Hendricks, summa cum laude. Sienna Eve Herndon. Jesse Marino Herrera. Kelly Dorothy Higgins, magna cum laude. Caleb Joseph Hoffman. William Lindsay House. Tyler Ray Hughes. Rodriguez Rondell Hunter. Helena Margaret Jackson. Kayla Marie Jessup Jacoby. Reagan Michelle Johnson, cum laude. Tanya Ravetta Jones. Terrell DeMarc Jones, magna cum laude. Christy Louise Juskowitz. Victoria Kalaba. Eric Carl Kalkbrenner, summa cum laude. Mary Cynthia Kelly, magna cum laude. Kelsey Manetta Kurtzman, cum laude. Sophia Ariel Kaider, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Matthew James Kinchla. Marcus Jabari Kinley. Anthony Aaron Klett. Zachary Charles Knight, cum laude. Leah Cheyenne Kohler, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Kelsey Rose Kramer, cum laude. Carson Marie Cradaville. Rebecca Michelle Kravanek. Caleb Altman Lamb, cum laude. Justin Lee LaShure, cum laude. Ariel Hannah LaShure. Daniel Jacob Lewis, cum laude. Donna Marie Lewis, magna cum laude. Zoe Summer Lindler. Callan Brett Litton. Lauren Marie Loverin. Jake Michael Lucas, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Austin James Mahon. Joshua Lev Malamud. Casey Elise Mallon, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Joanne Maxine Maloney. Jake Patrick Mansfield. Alexis Marie Martino. Chloe Gabrielle Maykrantz. Alexis Elizabeth Mayo, cum laude. Valerie Faith McDougall. Bria Sidney McGaffick. David Fairley McInnes III. Desiree McCall McMillan. Olivia Lee Miletus, cum laude. Macy Catherine Michaelojak. Brooke Nicole Miranda. Taylor Marie Monahan, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Lindsay Nicole Morgan, magna cum laude. Courtney Jade Mortimer. Allison Christina Moss, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Sarah Elizabeth Mulligan. Yolanda Joy Mullins. Chelsea Nicole Nelson, cum laude. Hunter Syrian Ness. Nicholas Everett Noble, magna cum laude. Danielle Temer Ortiz. Mike Ostis V. Marcus Thomas Outlow. Damian DeMarco Oots. Jonathan Pacheco Arriaga. Ethan Mark Pate. Rachel Lynn Panicella, cum laude. Brady Amanda Parker. Sarah Denise Parker, cum laude. Erin Nicole Paxton, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Griffin McMillan Painter. Tiffany Marshall Pearson, cum laude. Brenna Min Peterson. Samantha Marie Philp. Richard George Piper III. Akiana Melanie Planter. Claire Marie Pecos, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. April Pollock, magna cum laude. Anna Marie Palutro, cum laude. Matt Charles Pology. Brianna Renee Porter. Michaela Allison Prelo. Catherine Elizabeth Prestak. Nicole Denise Rabbit. Madison Rose Ronner, summa cum laude. Philip Andrew Rast, magna cum laude. Tierra Briona Brianna Marcine Reeves, cum laude. Taylor Lynn Repp, magna cum laude. Alice Sherry Riley. Kimberly Nicole Rohde. John Richardson Robbins. Garrett John Robinson. Marissa Jean Robinson, cum laude. Thaddeus Jacob Robinson. Coley Brent Rogers. Lucille Marie Romanek, magna cum laude, University Honors Program. Olivia Nicole Rose, cum laude. Lauren Catherine Rosowski. Nicole Catherine Ruprecht, cum laude. Erin Shea Ryan, cum laude. Roby John Sabrin, cum laude. Rana Mohammed Salem. Sarah Rose Santucci. Caitlin Marie Schell, magna cum laude. Jossie Ray Schirkenbach, summa cum laude. Christopher Henry Shue, cum laude. Cameron John Schilt, cum laude. Matthew Joseph Schneider. Devon Maria Simone, cum laude. Mackenzie Nicole Shannon. Olivia Shea, magna cum laude. Allie Marie Sheets. Garland Richard Schrader Jr., summa cum laude. Anthony Frank Silvestri. Marquita Lenora Siret. Ryan Patrick Slane. Carly Michelle Slifka, magna cum laude. Crystal Tatiana Smalls. Amy Millette Smith. Andrew Curtis Smith. Dominique Desiree Smith, summa cum laude, University Honors Program. Nicholas Denver Smith, cum laude. Sarah Alexis Smith. Tony Michelle Smith, cum laude, University Honors Program. Victoria Francine Smith. Caleb Robert Summers. Benjamin Tanner Sutherland, magna cum laude. Robert Gerard Sperduto, magna cum laude. Natalie Nicole Stanton. Lauren Ashley Steptoe. Mariah Janae Stewart. Morgan Peyton Stowe, cum laude. Alexa Paula Stress. Savannah Nicole Sweat. Elizabeth Evelyn Tabor. Stephen Nicholas Tafaro Jr. Rachel Louise Thomas. Cassia Marie Thompson. Carly Nicole Todd, summa cum laude. Christopher Lane Turner. Is it Twyman? Ashley Nicole Twyman. Josie Monroe Utley. Ainsley Van Gran, cum laude. Blake Winthrop Vandiver. Rachel Van Rensselaer, magna cum laude. Jessica Anne-Marie Vassilides. Brandon Moses Vaughn. Delina Fernanda Vera, cum laude. Bobby Sean Walls, Jr. James Stephen Ward. Aaron Keyshawn Washington. Chandler Seth Webster. Dylan Page Workman. Briar Presley White, cum laude. Rachel Ann White, cum laude. Austin Thomas Willett. Wesley Allen Williams, magna cum laude. Kiera Simone Williamson. Isabella Marina Wilson. Bessie Wilson, cum laude, University Honors Program. Jenny Lee Wofford. Brianna Esprit Woolley, cum laude. Victoria Taylor Worley, cum laude. Alyssa Wright. Christopher John Wright, Jr., summa cum laude, University Honors Program. Anastasia Page Wyman, cum laude. Ariel Ranit Yair. Jasmine Mache Yarbrough. Sydney Ashton Zavadil.
Dean Sarah Hottinger joins President DeCenzo to offer congratulations to degree candidates from the University College earning the degrees Bachelor of Arts in Interdisciplinary Studies and Bachelor of Science in Interdisciplinary Studies.
Amber Jean Marie Aronson. Kilton Chance Anderson. Demario Shantez Beck. Alexandra Christine Benzavenga. Taylor Ryan Blevins, cum laude. Daniel Raymond Buccino, cum laude. Shaquana Patrice Brown. Brittany Danielle Deal. Paul Logan Fitzgerald. Brianna Marie Hubler. Jessie Nicole Jordan. Sydney Peyton Kern, cum laude. Alexa Elizabeth Kissane. Mariah Page Lechner. Jacqueline Alicia Masiello. Melissa Grace Masters. Nevada Banks Miller. Megan Michelle Penniger. Jameson Travan Patel. Franzi Perot. Daphne Plott. Emily Nicole Rossi. Grace Emily Surratt. Cheyenne Marie Vaughn. Alexa Lee Warner.
Now you see why in my opening comments I mentioned we love this so much. The energy that we get from you, from our graduates, just phenomenal. So thank you. Graduates, please rise. I ask that all members of the Coastal Carolina University class of 2018 to move your tassels from the right side to the left to signify your status as a graduate. Congratulations. Graduates, you may be seated. It is my pleasure to introduce Julie Cheney, Executive Director of Alumni Relations. Julie?
Good afternoon, alumni. I am honored to be here with you on this monumental day in your life. More than 31,000 alumni from all 50 states and numerous countries around the world join me today in congratulating you on your hard-earned achievement. We welcome you into this exclusive group we proudly call alumni of Coastal Carolina University. Members include an Emmy-nominated actor, an Olympian, and the head coach of the 2016 World Series National Championship baseball team, just to mention a few. We look forward to your rise to greatness. As a new graduate, we are providing each of you with a one-year membership into the Coastal Carolina University Alumni Association. Through the Alumni Association, you will discover many opportunities to stay engaged and involved with your alma mater. In the years ahead, I hope you continue to stay connected to CCU as alumni, as a volunteer, an ambassador, and as a proud donor. By continuing to support and engage with your alma mater, you will pave the way for those who come after you. Your active participation will strengthen an already thriving university. As alumni, you make us proud and you show the value of a coastal degree. Be proud and celebrate this day and your great accomplishments, and remember, you will forever be a Chanticleer and a member of the Teal Nation. Congratulations.
Thank you, Julie. As we close, I would just like to recognize several individuals and thank them to our two signers. I mentioned this last night, but what they go through to ensure that everybody has an opportunity to hear this particular and to understand the graduation. I want to thank them for their work, so thank you. I also want to recognize the staff in the President's and Provost's office, special events, our media and people for the work. It takes a lot of people to put on graduation ceremonies, to stream the program, so I just want to thank everybody for their involvement in making this a special day, so thank you. I also want to ask a trustee member, Mr. Sam Frink, if he would just please stand. Sam has been an unbelievable supporter of this university, and today he announced his retirement from the Board of Trustees after literally serving this institution for decades in a variety of capacities. And I just want to say, Sam, thank you for everything that you have done. We appreciate it. I said, Sam, what would you like for your retirement? He said, a chocolate cake. Well, there's a chocolate cake for Sam upstairs. So, graduates, at Coastal Carolina University, we follow a beloved tradition that takes place as you leave commencement. Faculty members were lined on each side of the exit to congratulate you, ushering you into the next chapter of your life. This tradition is truly symbolic of what we set out to do at Coastal Carolina University, to cultivate a supportive environment that surrounds you with encouragement, guidance, and wisdom. Lifelong learning and growing are major aspirations for each of us. They come to us when we seek them, and also when we experience them through difficulties. You know this already through your experiences as a student at CCU. My hope for you is this: as you live your lives, you will do something deliberately, choosing to surround yourselves with individuals who continue to provide encouragement, guidance, and wisdom in support of your continued learning and growth. And that will serve you as you serve others in the same way. Now please stand and join us in the singing of the alma mater. The words are printed on the back cover of your program, and please remain standing for the benediction and the recessional. And remember, graduates, you are always part of this very special place that we call the Teal Nation. Chants up.
We come to you to lead our search and learn to reach beyond ourselves, below the earth, beyond the stars, to farm our dreams for better years. Here green and bronze and nature light, sweet pine forests that surround us, ocean waters that sustain us, reflect your standards that prepare us. May we return in thought and care to share your promise of enrichment, and celebrate and sing our praise for Coastal Carolina.
Class of 2018, receive this blessing to walk forward into your future with confidence in the God who made you, trust in the God who sustains you, and hope in the God who will guide you. We are proud of your achievements. Take the knowledge, courage, and wisdom you have gained and use it to make this world a better place. We bless you with bravery, we bless you with faith, and we bless you with peace in his eternal love. And in the words of the ancient Hebrew blessing, may the Lord bless and protect you. May the Lord smile on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord show you his favor and give you his peace. Amen.